There is no shame in building a Squarespace website or a website on Wix, Webflow, the list goes on. But if you're a freelancer looking to optimize your business, pick one platform that can do the most for you, well, you're gonna wanna stick around. Yes, today we are comparing Contra to the infamous Squarespace. Like I mentioned, no shame if you love Squarespace. The first website I ever used and I ever built for a client was using Squarespace. It's a great application. But if you're someone who specifically wants to freelance, then I would pump the brakes because there's some differences that you should know. Now let's get into it. So Squarespace at a high level is a drag and drop website builder. It also comes with amazing blog capabilities and e-commerce capabilities. You can connect a custom domain, and you can also go through and use their different pre-made templates, which makes it really easy to get started. And at a high level, Contra essentially is a freelance marketplace. So we have freelancers and clients who want to hire those freelancers. Now with Contra, you showcase your best projects, services, recommendations, and then you get to manage all of your new client contracts and proposals and payments all in one place. If you don't know anything about Contra, be sure to check out our video, Contra 101. And also, more specifically, today we're going to be talking about our feature, Portfolios by Contra. This is our version of a website specifically for freelancers. So we're going to be comparing Portfolios by Contra to a Squarespace website. Now there's 3 high-level elements we want to run through. Actually making the portfolio, finding clients, and project management, because these are the 3 things that pretty much make up the basics, the foundation of your freelance career. Let's start with customizing and creating a portfolio site. So with Squarespace, I mentioned it's drag and drop. So the idea is that it is simple. Now, with a lot of options for customization, it can be a little daunting for someone who isn't that experienced in web design. That isn't to say that you can't figure it out, but if you're someone who's just starting out and maybe just wants a portfolio that's the basics, the foundations, functional even, then this might not be the best option for you. Also, Squarespace caters to a pretty wide variety of user types. So there's a lot of themes that actually are more centered around small businesses or even large businesses versus someone who's just trying to make a portfolio for themselves, aka a freelancer. Now, when it comes to creating a portfolio using Contra, I had mentioned Portfolios by Contra. Now, we have a video that's all about this feature, so be sure to check that out. It's really in-depth. I'll link some stuff below. But at a high level, when you create your free Contra profile, you're adding in your past work experience, services, and recommendations. Then in one click of a button, seriously, one click of a button, you can auto-generate a personal website that's specifically made for freelancers. So everything that was on your free Contra profile is turned into this stunning website, and you didn't have to do anything. Plus, you can still customize and make it your own. So you can add your logo, you can add a custom domain. You can also go through and choose some of our pre-designed templates and themes, and then customize the fonts and the colors to be branded for your aesthetic. Now, what I love about this is that there's not an overwhelming amount of options. It's simple, it's clear. And I cannot tell you how many times I went in and updated my portfolio because I'm just so excited to use the features, and they're so easy. Because when I was using different tools that had a lot of customizable options, a lot of moving parts, it scared me because once I moved one thing and I didn't like it, I could move it back, or I moved another thing, and then all of a sudden I'm in this wormhole of a really weird looking website and a lot of elements that are moving. And that's a time suck. So having a Contra portfolio with a certain amount of options keeps things simple, keeps things fun and light, and it's actually something I look forward to editing. Now let's move on to finding clients. So with Squarespace, it's not so much a platform about giving you opportunities or work opportunities. It's more so a website builder, which makes sense for their goals, of course. But if you're a freelancer and you're looking for work and you've built your portfolio, and now what's the next step? The next step is getting clients, being discoverable, and getting hired. So that means if you choose to use Squarespace as your website host, then it's really up to you to become discoverable, because there's no elements inside of Squarespace that really help boost visibility to your website. It's more so your job to get it out into the world. Now, with Contra, when it comes to finding clients, this is a huge element of our platform. Because I mentioned earlier, there's freelancers and there's clients. So that means that there has to be job opportunities being posted on Contra so that freelancers can find work and be hired for that work. And this is where our opportunities feed comes in. Our opportunities feed allows you to see jobs that are made for you. So in your work preferences settings, you can actually go through and start to set your filters to attract the work that you want to receive. So maybe that's being paid a certain amount, maybe that's a certain timeline, but those are the types of jobs you're going to see visible in your opportunities feed. Now, in the opportunities feed, you can also just browse through different categories of roles. So design versus marketing versus engineering, the list goes on. So you have a few options. Another way to find clients on Contra is to actually get matched to them. So our matching network works in a similar way. We look at your work preferences and the type of work that you want to attract. Then we find the jobs that really match what your preferences look like. And then you get a notification from us letting you know that there's an opportunity that's perfect for you. I will say that becoming discoverable on Contra is highly driven by a high quality portfolio or profile. So people with high quality portfolios or free profiles are pushed to the top of our Discover feed. Our Discover feed allows for clients to browse through freelancers so they can save them to their list, or they can reach out, or just keep them in their back pocket. And the goal is to be on top of that Discover feed so that your work is being seen by the most amount of people as possible. Another element to this is making sure that your accepting new clients toggle is on. This is such a huge element that a lot of people are not paying attention to enough. So clients can actually go to the Discover feed, and when they're looking for freelancers to partner with and to hire, they can actually filter by that toggle. So let's say I'm a client and I need to hire someone today. I can go onto the Discover feed, toggle accepting new clients, and only see the freelancers who are available for work right now. So if you're a freelancer, you need to make sure that toggle is on in your work preferences. The last part about getting clients I'll include is that on Contra, if you don't want to find clients on the platform, then you can actually invite them from outside the platform into a contract or even through an invoice. So we've given you a few different options on how to do this, and I'll link some blogs below that really help explain. Now, the last element of this is project management. So again, Squarespace doesn't have all the tools for freelancers that Contra does. Now, I will say that Squarespace does have really great e-commerce capabilities. Squarespace also has great forms that you can embed into your Squarespace website. So maybe if you're a large business, then Squarespace makes more sense for you so that you can sell your products, of course. But again, if you're someone who is a freelancer and you're really a business of one, that probably isn't the route that you want to go, because you're not selling standardized products. You're selling your services. So on Contra, you have access to free contracts, invoices, messaging, payment tools, which are 100% commission-free as always. And like I mentioned, the ability to invite people from outside of Contra into Contra, again, for free. The goal with these tools was to simply make your life less stressful. Because imagine this, you're a freelancer, you just started out, now you have a website on Squarespace, Wix, or Webflow, and then you have your invoices somewhere, your contract somewhere, your payments somewhere, you're using social, and it's just like all of a sudden you're stressed out. I'm stressed out talking about that, like that made my brain hurt, and no one wants to feel that way. So the idea here is that you're consolidating, condensing, if you will, and making it simple for your brain, for your heart, for your soul, for your spirit, like anything, like just to make it easy on you, let's do it. Why wouldn't you? Okay, we're gonna keep this short, but those were the main elements of Squarespace versus Contra in terms of building a website for a freelancer. Again, please be sure to look at both sites, figure out which one works best for you, and that also means that you need to sit down and think about the goals that you have for your business. And if you have any questions, please let us know. You can drop the questions in the comment box below. I'm going to be linking to some blogs in the description box. And if you like this video and it was helpful, please be sure to like it. And then if you want to see more and you don't want to miss out, be sure to subscribe because we will be featuring different videos around freelancing, around hiring, and this is all just free value for you. And I think that's it. Until next time, I'll see you on the internet.